Good afternoon. It is a Wednesday. The weather's shaping up pretty nice. It's warmer today than it was yesterday. The inversion has pinched down. It wasn't around yesterday. It was pretty deep in the day before. Fog went away. But the fog has come back. The inversion's down around 1,000 feet. And we'll take a look at evidence of that in the live cameras out at the coast. Temperatures today, again, 4 or 5 degrees warmer than they were yesterday. This is Francis. It's my first little dog. Grew up with big dogs my whole life. Dad's a veterinarian, grew up in Paradise, as you know. Big dogs. People with little dogs didn't understand them, right? Kind of like cat people, which I like cats too. But you think they get a bad rap, little dog people? Dude, I'm a little dog person. This dog is so awesome. So much personality. It's Francis. She's, I don't even know what the hell she is. We got her to rescue. Oh, that's the other thing. If you do get dogs, please get them at the shelters if you can. I've always had shelter dogs, and they have always been really great, and grateful, right? You know that. Okay, so here's what's going on. Let me pop the picture out. This is this low that's hanging on. We're going to start off with the weather first so that we don't have to sit through all the minutia of the end. But the end stuff's good too, because we're going to look at some cameras. We're going to look at some air quality, things like that. But this low is staying put for a while. And the high has been bumped to the south, down where my head is here. And that's going to, typically this low or a low like this will click through this time of year. In a day or two will cool off, and then boom, the high jumps back in as the low progresses. This low is not transitory. This low is hanging on. It'll have different iterations as it moves a little higher, a little lower. Like today, it's kind of weakened a little bit, so we're a little bit warmer. The inversion's advanced. But tomorrow, the low is going to strengthen up a little bit, and the inversion will open up, and we'll cool off a bit more. So it's a very interesting pattern in that it's just not typical for this time of year. Not the fact that it's going to hang on. So average temperatures to below average temperatures. These are the forecast highs for today. Santa Rosa 90. I would say that's perfect. San Francisco 68. Livermore 87. Air quality is awesome. There is some fog back at the coast, as you'll see coming up. These are the valley numbers, and you can see that 95 or 94 for Red Bluff and Redding forecast today. But like I said, man, I mean, we grew up in those. And actually, like football, Paradise, which if you know me, you know I talk a lot because we had good football teams up in Paradise. But we used to practice. We had our first games in the valley. We played Red Bluff. We played Chico, Cottonwood, those teams. And we'd have to drive down full gear on in the bus, no air conditioning. And we'd get down to the games, and it would be, the games started, varsity games would start around 8. It'd still be 90 degrees. So this time of year can be tough on the kids playing football down there. Just a remembrance, I guess, if you will. Paradise was always a little cooler, right? Because we're a little bit higher up. So here are the numbers for the next week. This is for the Bay Area. If you take those inland numbers, you can make them valley numbers if you want and just add 4 degrees, 5 degrees to them. Those are our inland Bay valleys, those temperatures at the bottom tier there. So it's steady as she goes in terms of the weather. We got fog along the coast. We can take a peek here, and you can see the fog. You can see right where it is. Well, the thing I know right away is, where's the smoke, right? Awesome. These fires have benefited greatly from, first of all, Cal Fire being so on it this year. Like, I can't remember a year where Cal Fire they were on it last year, really, last few years, but this year they're aggressively hitting these fires, aggressively managing these forests and these fires. And for us, it's such a benefit, right? Because we're also seeing these burns that are occurring. They're allowing things to burn, and that's forest management, right? Because a lot of these fires are taking place in remote areas that haven't burned in a long time. San Francisco's Ocean Beach, the marine layer is pretty dense. You can see the winds have got a little bit of south in the winds. We can go to Pacifica, just down the road a little bit on Highway 1. A little bit of sun breaking through. You see a lot of pelicans out there. Maybe the anchovies are running. Let's see, there we go, refresh it. And they got a surf school at Lindemar, which does quite a business. But I think, now I think about it, I guess kids are back in school today. So now we'll go down the coast further. Look at this. Just now you're into Monterey Bay. This is Pleasure Point, First Peak. And it takes a minute to load, but you get the idea. It is foggy as all get out there. This is Capitola, foggy as all get out as well. And then we click south. We go a little further south down towards Oceanside, down to San Diego. They got the sun out. And this is the time of year. They got some waves too. This is the time of year in Oceanside, again, down towards in Orange County area. So what's happening? This low is going to hang out, and we're going to continue with this weather pattern. Tomorrow there should be less fog coastside. The air quality has benefited greatly from this pattern. I think, there we go. So you can see up north by some of the Trinity fire activity and some of the Park fire smoke still lingering up around Reading where air quality isn't good. But look at the rest of the state. For August, that is really good air quality. And we can look out at the rest of the country. You can see where the fires are and where they're not. Certainly up in the Washington state area, up in Idaho. Look at that. Wow. Look at the air quality on the East Coast. That, I'm not sure what's going on back there. That might be some of that Canadian smoke coming down. I just was reading a book. There's a new history book, a California history book. I can't remember what it's called. It's just called California Landscape or something. And they were talking about how every Indian tribe, the Maidus and all the different tribes, the Hupa, all of them in the Central Valley before the conquistadors in the 1500s, 1600s, they used fire to modify the landscape. And so when you read these old books and you read these old stories from the conquistadors, but also from the missionaries who came in early as Spanish, they talk about how much smoke there is because every tribe, there are hundreds of tribes, different smaller tribes, they used fire to burn the brush away, to burn the pests away. And so there was almost always in the summer months, fires burning. So this is not a unique thing. What's unique is that the fires are bigger and gnarlier because we don't have the forest management that they had back then. Thousands and thousands of years of the Native Americans burning and manicuring and curating the landscape to keep bugs and right. It was good. It's healthy. Fire good. And now we don't do that. We're getting better at it. And that's what I was alluding to with CAL FIRE. I know what they're doing. A lot of these fires, they are manicuring and grooming these areas that haven't burned to help us with infestations of beetles, tree, with some of the diseases some of the pine trees are getting. I can't remember all the names of the various fungi and stuff. But either way, just interesting to know, right? Fire was always a thing. So that's the forecast for today. We'll look at Pleasure Point as we go away. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Just know that the plan is for the next couple of days, you're going to be seeing this low hanging out, and what you got today and what you're going to have, what you had yesterday and what you get tomorrow is going to be what we carry forward into the weekend. Okay.